one and all. Welcome to another edition of Shoot the Shit Saturday with your very own ringleader, hey, Obsolete 2003,
Yo,
and our diabolical Mr. Burns.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed. How are we doing this week, boys?
doing good. Aside from trying to stay warm here.
It is
And
very cold for my shrivelly old bones.
you are very much correct, my good sir. Um, so what do we got going on this week? What's in the news?
Uh, I guess like the
Oh man,
biggest.
that was fast.
Yeah,
Didn't even like say hello or how was
yeah. I work like that.
news.
I am fast. I straight to the point. I
God,
grind for efficiency.
jeez, I didn't even. I was
Oh,
like, wait, what? How long have we been talking? All right,
oh. I guess so. We can start off with obviously the biggest thing that everyone's talking about right now is the Disney Plus
Sonic.
launch. Oh,
Oh yeah,
Sonic's very distant too on that. But Disney Plus, we're talking about. Was
yeah.
that it?
Let's go with that.
the
Okay.
plus.
Yeah.
The
That's what the
mouse,
kids are calling it.
the mouse has ensnared much of the free world at this point. Um, Obviously, I signed up for the service today. So did Mr. Burns here, naturally.
Yes.
Uh, it's been having some problems today. Obviously, there's launch issues.
You think Disney would be like, oh, you know what? It's probably gonna be the biggest thing ever. We'll put every server on it, but no,
No, no, no,
no one does it.
no. But the sign up was real easy. I just combined it with my Hulu banking or Hulu account, and I was already watching programs within 5 minutes. And one show
Oh, kind of
Hello.
breaking up there.
Excellent. Now it's my turn to shine.
Oh,
Oh wait, are you there? Hey, hey, you're back.
maybe
Is he? Oh,
the dog's
I
back.
released the hounds.
who haven't seen it yet, and S will bitch about it one form or another, anyways. So
I'm sorry, you were talking, but we didn't hear any of that.
Yeah. You
really,
you cut you,
Yeah,
you cut completely out.
I had to release the hounds on you.
okay. So let me recap. So Disney Plus came out today. There have been problems with the displaying products stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But me personally, I've been enjoying it for what I could enjoy. I've been personally enjoying The Mandalorian, and that has been very fun to watch. Uh, Brand new show, so I just hopped right into it. So I can say, hey, I'm up to date on the show on the day it come out, for once, instead
Yeah,
of months from now.
episode one, only one.
The only one for
Good.
now, but there's a new one coming this Friday.
They've
But
avoided a Netflix model so far.
yes, because Netflix releases them all at the same time,
And
which means
so
you can binge through it.
yeah, it's that hooked mentality where you gotta come back
But
next week.
Yeah, they want to make sure you're paying.
yeah, so I I won't go too much in detail, but
Oh, I'll
definitely
go into detail.
you could if you want to.
Pew pew
You
pew
know,
pew.
it.
Star Wars.
Some people like ask me bitch about it for no reason whatsoever, but that's it.
It's not like he listens to the content.
This is true. So, I do like that it happens right after, essentially almost after the original trilogy,
Mm,
after the Battle of Jakku, which means the Empire has fallen.
mm.
Yeah, they mentioned how the Empire money doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's not worth as much.
Yeah,
I did like that they showcased a bit of the Mandalorian armor forging,
that's pretty
uh,
neat.
which was used with the that bar that particular person had left to the Mandalorian,
Mm.
Yeah.
which I don't think we have his name yet.
No, but he's been in a lot of stuff. I've heard his. He's like it does that voice for like documentaries.
Gotcha. Uh, I also enjoyed the so far like the quality of the special effects and the flight scenes so far have been very spectacular.
Mm.
They look
Uh,
good. I
yeah,
thought they looked maybe a little on the cheap end, but I've seen them way worse in Star Wars, honestly.
right. And honestly, it's a TV series, so I won't
Yeah,
bash it too hard.
but it's a Disney TV series.
This is also true. Uh, IG 55 or what his name is. It's not IG 88.
Johnny
Was fucking
Five.
hilarious, dude. I will self destruct now. No, don't. Okay, I'm gonna self destruct now. No, don't do self destruct. 2 minutes or a minute later, I'm self destructing now. He just keeps teasing it.
Mhm.
The very
Uh,
suicidal droid.
yeah, and the ending I won't say. We'll just say that,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, we're not? Oh, come on with that ending though. It's a teaser. It's the first episode.
It's one hell of a fucking teaser, but
It's a
shit,
teaser. It's a
but
little cute teaser.
a
Does
little
does it
cute
involve
one.
an
It's
Ewok?
small and
No, a teaser it might be. Yes, no. I can't do the thing.
but it
Maybe tease. I can't.
that
I'm
that
fucking
was
it up. That's all you're
no
gonna get.
that
Okay.
was pretty wild.
It was pretty. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Mm.
We see the disowned or abandoned stormtroopers there, which is be the last of them, and that was pretty fucking cool.
Mm.
Um, the what are they called blurs? I think they're all
No idea.
yeah the blurs or something.
You have to
They were
see
so
some people stuck in carbonite.
yes you do. The blurs, which were originally from Rebels, was then brought over to the show. And on top of this, the one thing that made me happy about it was our Lord and Savior Dave Filoni was the one who directed it, and I applaud it because I love the Rebels. I haven't seen Resistance yet. I'm getting around to it, but he also did Clone Wars,
Mm.
and those shows were spectacular. And I know he can do it because he embodies Star Wars. If I rather have anyone who be able with the directive creativity of the entire shindig, fucking pick Dave Filoni. Yeah,
I too enjoy bologna.
you would. Um, but nonetheless, it's a good start. Uh, I did like what I saw from the Disney catalog.
Mm.
A bunch of movies from like the 50s and
Yeah,
60s and stuff
X Men
like
the
that.
animated series.
Oh,
Yes, they
really?
fucking do.
They have
Oh
X Men the
man, come
fucking
on.
animated series, and I was like, "This one's for you, Morph."
Yeah.
And yeah, that alone was like, yeah. Also, I think they have Spider Man. I didn't see it though. I think maybe it's coming later. Amazing Spider Man animated series.
Man,
Let
that was
me
a bad.
check real quick while we're
I saw
conversing.
Spider Man Unlimited, but I love Spider Man animated series.
And
Let me,
the
let me
X-Men
see.
cartoon was
Can I check?
badass.
Yeah, yeah. I watched the first episode of X Men, and I was like, oh man, this is great. How'd you do that? With style. Fucking Gambit.
Spider. They have the original Marvel Spider-Man show,
Oh, sweet. Wait, the
uh,
original, like the 60s or the one from the 90s?
80s,
Oh, okay. No, never mind. That's not the
Yeah.
one I want.
No, no.
I'm talking
and
about
also
radioactive Spider
Yeah.
Man.
Man, which let's say they have. Give me a second. I'm
They
looking.
should have it. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, they have it.
Oh,
They
sweet.
have it.
I'm gonna get on
Damn.
that.
They have it.
I'm gonna get on that.
Because they now
Um,
have the all the Simpsons previous seasons too.
Yeah, they have The Simpsons. I'm watching a bunch of old Simpsons today. I love how old Simpsons is so depressing.
Jesus, there's like 65 episodes of this show,
Of which one,
uh,
Spider Man?
the 90s one. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that show. But yeah,
I've
old
heard.
Simpsons was amazingly depressing. Remember the one where Homer's gonna kill himself?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Then he
so
gets
I
mad at the car
understand.
that almost hit him.
I understand that the older uh, Simpsons episodes are having problems displaying because they basically just brought them, try to force them into HD format,
I
60
don't
by 90.
understand why he did that with The Simpsons though. So I watched X Men. It was in a normal format. So I don't really understand why he did that to Simpsons in particular.
Oh, Simpsons is probably more in high demand since it's the X-Men
Yeah, but
cartoons kind of.
it shouldn't do that. If anything, they may put black bars on the side, if anything, but it should still display. So that's probably an issue with both the website itself,
Yeah.
but
Maybe.
also the material that was supplied. So it may have been like Fox screwing around and
Maybe. But yeah,
half-assing it.
it's a little weird though, because yeah, apparently some of the sight gags are lost. I
Hmm.
saw one on Twitter. What was the I think we talked about earlier was the Duff beer one.
Yes, where it was
These
part of the beer
Duff
was
Light, Duff Dry, and they all come from the same vat.
yeah, and they're all the
Yeah,
same anyways.
yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Regardless,
apparently lost.
Really?
Yeah, because like you don't see that they're all coming from the same vat. It's cropped into where you see them just as
Oh,
three different ones.
damn.
So
it
if you're trying to
sucks,
get that
but
pure Simpsons uncut, no, it's not on Disney Plus yet. Hopefully they
not
fix
yet.
that though.
I think they will. That's a little too
Hopefully.
big to miss. They also have like Avatar, which whatever it's basically a new age Pocahontas and all that. But
Oh yeah, the Fox one, the James Cameron Avatar.
It's like, man,
yeah,
Disney owns like it owns Alien,
everything.
it owns Predator. I think it maybe
Yeah.
partially owns Terminator. It's just
I'm
like,
just gonna trickle that shit out over time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's pretty cool. Seems like the Disney thing has pretty good
Yeah.
lineup, pretty good library.
I, for one, welcome our new Disney overlords.
The mouse has
Wrong
you.
character, but yeah.
The mouse has you.
Yeah.
Um,
They had my free trials for a while, so well, that's what they're gonna have.
I signed up for this. I pay for my Hulu anyways.
Oh
It
yeah,
wasn't
no.
that much of a stretch to change over to uh, Disney Plus. It
You're
was
now
not.
you're now one of them.
One of us.
Yeah.
One of us.
Well, I
Google
said I was
gobble.
gonna get it.
Google
I mean,
gobble.
That's just
they have pretty much an impressive Star Wars library as of yet.
yeah.
The only movie I'm not really paying attention to is The Last Jedi, which that can
Yeah,
actually
wait for.
The Last Jedi is not even on here.
Yeah, it was
Can you
weird.
blame them?
You
I
blame them.
don't. The movie was absolute shit. They saved themselves some trouble. I also know Solo is not on here, but that's because it's on Netflix
Huh.
Ah,
Plus Solo was
for
on
now.
there.
for
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So they get everything back under the
Yes.
banner.
And whatchamacallit. So I think we're gonna segue into our next topic, which Mr. Burns kind of brought up. It seemed like as
Mhm.
of late they kind of released the new Sonic trailer.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. For our younger
Uh,
demographic.
I am very well the correct demographic, but nonetheless, though I was pleased with what I saw. I saw a pre uh what was it? Solid Hedgehog Underground was it? No, it was not Underground. It was a show in the late '90s, and it had a darker tone.
Sonic
Uh,
was edgy.
no, not like that. It was just the villain was much more awesome because Eggman was, or Robotnik, should I say, was pretty fucking awesome at the time.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of the show. It's something here, but I'm looking up right now. Um, animation. Uh,
Anime?
yeah, yeah. No, not Underground.
Unleashed?
Oh hell no.
Sonic X?
No.
Oh, dude, Sonic X had the best theme song. Gotta go fast. Dun, dun,
Gotta go
dun, dun.
faster, faster, faster,
Dun,
faster.
dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun.
Yeah, that shit was
What
fun.
what do you guys think of the trailer though compared to how the original one was earlier this
It
year
looks
to what it is
much
now?
better. It doesn't look so freaky. God, the hounds just keep going.
You're right. Um, I felt it much more Sonic-y. Is that's the phrase?
Yeah, that's the obviously with the revised Sonic, it's what the crowd or everyone grew up with, not necessarily the more human looking Sonic that was the original trailer.
Right.
But it looks pretty cool. I think a lot of people are pretty happy that it's the way I guess Sonic should be. I know it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't, because I guess now they're getting kind of criticized for bending over to change the way Sonic looked, but at the same
Yeah, but
time,
that was a change that had to happen because you basically like
Yeah.
people were a little bit decently excited because Jim Carrey made it so far. Have we seen has made a fucking awesome Robotnik,
yeah,
but
the
then the main character is like,
the
ah,
movie would have bombed had they not made these changes.
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's still my. It's a kids movie. Let's be honest. It's just it looks like Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Uh, the show was called Sonic the Hedgehog. It was in
What'd you do to this? Oh,
it
there we
was
go.
Okay.
it had the bunny rabbit, other characters, and it had Dr. Julian Robotnik, a very serious
Julian.
version of Robotnik.
I feel like I vaguely remember it. I think I remember the one with what's his name? Did I do that guy?
What guy?
Urkel.
The guy who Urkel. Yeah, Urkel. The one that was voiced by Urkel.
He
That's the one I
voiced him.
watched when I was a kid. Yeah, he was Sonic.
Hmm.
Told me not to do drugs. I failed you, Sonic. But hey, we're fine.
Julian. That particular version of Robotnik was called Julian Tintimbo of the House of Aibo. Yeah, that was a very specific version of
That sounds
Robotnik.
fucking weird.
I'm putting it to group chat or our chat right now, as you can see.
I don't
Mm.
think Sonic needs to go dark, but whatever. All
He
right, he
looks
has a
like
robot
Kang
arm.
from
He
Ninja
does look like
Turtles.
Kang. Is it just Kang?
He's just
There's
missing.
Sonic Ninja Turtles crossover
It
that we don't
looks like
know of.
he's just missing the brain stomach, but it looks like that's
He
Kang.
is.
That's
I mean,
Kang's
there could be a
body.
brain there. Hopefully, the images there are also being
He,
description
he
for
His
pushed.
people
voice
to.
actor was completely different too.
Was it?
Yeah, I had a very
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not excited about Sonic. I think it's a fun talking point, but I don't think I'm gonna be rushing out to go see it.
yeah. I might. I'll see what happens that week when it comes out. I don't see a reason to
Yep.
turn it down or anything like that.
Yeah, and again, it's cool that they actually fix the design. It's not all weird
I,
looking like it was.
I'm just curious, like, how, in regards to updating the design, how much it cost them to reshoot everything. Granted, it's all green screen, so it's pretty much all.
Yeah, they didn't have to get all the actors back. Just had to
Yeah.
animate it pretty much.
Yeah. So I
So
think at that point it wasn't like it's gonna
it was
cost them, but
expensive
it's gonna be
probably, but it wasn't ridiculous.
yeah. It's better to fix it before it gets out because that can definitely
Yeah,
impact you know success
yeah.
thing.
And
Yeah.
this one looks more cartoony, cutish. Gonna sell more plushies than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one was just nightmare fuel.
Well, here's to hoping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope kids like it. My godson loves Sonic. I hope he enjoys this movie.
That'll be good.
Yeah. It'd be
Um.
cool if they had chili dogs.
Oh, that'd be nice. I love chili dogs. And they're sponsored by Sonic.
See
Cool.
what you did
And
there.
I think you're right. I think I did
Cool.
have
I
Juliet
need to
White.
get into marketing. That's
Yeah.
what the future is.
When you're not trying to
Speaking
block
of
out the sun.
marketing,
Yes.
uh, this is probably not for our target demo, but Mr. Coffee, if you have a nephew or niece or someone younger who enjoys the game that has cancer of Fortnite, we will be having a code for what the hell is this thing called? A minty pickaxe that
Hmm.
we will be giving away.
Yeah.
Now I say your name because, quite frankly, it's probably going to be you. But hey, don't let that discourage anyone else from commenting. How do you want to give this away, guys? We're on the fly
You
here.
know what? We'll review it and we'll we'll agree. We'll randomly pick a person who commented by the next episode of
All
Shoot the
right,
Shi.
Yes.
we'll
That
do a
works.
random comment, and hey, you know what? Maybe if we get a new subscriber, if it's comment that you subscribed, maybe that's gonna boost your chances by two.
You never know.
Yeah.
You
But
never know.
nonetheless, though, comment on the video and we'll pick one by this coming Saturday or next Saturday.
In- Indeed, you'll find out. And again, this is exclusive, only to GameStop. You had to buy something to get it.
Hmm.
So maybe you know somebody who couldn't get it, or
Yeah.
exclusive.
Very, very nice of you, Mr. Burns. Nice.
Yes,
I can
yes,
see why
yes,
how you own the nuclear power plant.
How
yes,
charitable of you.
yes. Like, comment, subscribe. We're not done yet, but do all that.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Um,
All right.
I guess kind of staying
What else?
on the movie topics. If
Hmm.
I may segue real quick. Recently just
Please.
saw the movie Doctor Sleep,
I also saw Doctor Sleep.
and
What? How was that?
it was good.
Hobbs?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool for the sequel to the original, The Shining, and this is kind of a part two to that. So it's obviously The Shining is very old, and this is kind of a continuation of that with the little boy all grown up now. But I liked it.
I also liked it a lot. It's pretty cool. It was very long. It
It
was,
was, I'm not quite sure how long it was, but there's some scenes that after a while it's like you kind of felt that this movie's a little bit long,
yeah. So, but I mean, the original Shining is very long as well.
or
So
to
it's
not
like
get sued, the shinning
the
in
Shining. You want
in
to get
the
sued?
yeah. But
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. Long story short, without really giving anything away too much, basically there's certain people who have these special abilities, which is they some people
The
call it magic.
Shining.
It's called the shinning, called the shining, and they have these
Steam, I think at one point it also references as.
yeah. So they have these special abilities. It's kind of maybe like a sixth sense. You can kind of predict things, move things with your mind, um, kind of talk to
It
people
varies.
mentally, um, and so they're peppered throughout the world, but then there's like the small little maybe a clan is the best way to put it. And they're basically, they don't quite say what they are, but they basically feed off of off of the people who have the shining.
They're like psychic vampires.
Yes, that's one of the best ways to put it. And basically, that's how they survive. They have to feed off of the people with the shining, and it seems like the shining in general has kind of dwindled, but um,
Because
they
of
they
damn technology.
yes. So it seems like there's a few people that are lingering around that do have the shining. So it's kind of a mouse hunt game with trying to track down the people who have the shining, and then they catch on that we're being hunted. So what are we gonna do to try and stop them? And it's pretty good. It's very different from the original one, obviously, but it was still pretty good. Um, but I was looking. I don't think it has been doing too good in the box office, but it was still an enjoyable movie.
I enjoyed it a lot too. I keep hearing it's not doing good box office. I think maybe just the runtime, because or maybe just people haven't seen The Shining or don't know it's The Shining Part Two. Since they went with Doctor Sleep, the book title.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
that and a friend of mine was saying that movies in the box office haven't really been doing good in this month in November, just for whatever reason.
yeah, Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
The economy's in the toilet, people. This is what you came to hear: pickaxe codes and economy talk. We know
Uh,
what you want. We don't know
Is it
what you
really in
want.
the tub? Because I thought
I don't know. I don't know how anything is.
Um,
But
what?
anyway, back to the movie. I liked it a lot. I thought it was cool how at the end when they bring everything back full circle.
Mhm.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the one-on-one talk two characters had. Thought that was really interesting. I don't
Yes.
know how spoilery you want to get on it.
And I don't have to get too much in details, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do make a return back to the hotel, and I will say one part that's not really giving anything away. There is at least the one Easter egg that I caught. Um, they were talking to the boy. What's his name? Danny.
Danny.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's grown up. Who's played by?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, let's go with Obi-Wan. But there's a scene that he's being talked to in this office, and that the scene is basically a recreation of The Shining when the hotel manager is talking to Jack Nicholson's character about preparations. It's the same exact scene, the same exact setup with even the red binder on the desk.
Yeah, I saw that. Like it was like set by set. They just recreated the set and just made a whole new scene.
Yeah,
Oh, that was pretty cool.
and so, but it was pretty good. I think it's worth checking out. It was very fun, very entertaining. A bit long, but it was still enjoyable.
Yeah, I
Um,
enjoyed it a lot.
which how Mr. Burns brought it up. Danny's played by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it just seems interesting that The Shining has very similar characteristics of the Force.
mm.
So I'm just trying to figure what
Is there
which
Midi-chlorians and shit? There can't be Star Wars, the Forest without Midi-chlorians, even if it's
No,
another reality.
midichlorians.
That's right, those damn
Terrible.
Midi-chlorians.
so
Makes no sense.
um
Anyway,
but yeah,
but
so what
no, yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. I enjoyed the new characters he brought in too, like the child actor.
yeah,
Like she actually did a really good job, and I really liked the scene she was in. That first scene when she's being tracked down
yeah.
and kind of turns it around, like that was real cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, not trying to give too much away, but it was just a real. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it
Yeah,
was worth it. I don't know why more people aren't seeing it.
I think the way the movie ended, it kind of left it open to possible more movies, but
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
I don't think it's gonna happen. And this may be probably one of the first Stephen King newer movies that kind of didn't do well in the box office. So hopefully it doesn't deter from future Stephen
Oh, the
King movies.
hounds.
The hounds. Let loose the hounds.
I'm trying not to.
The
But
hounds of Baskerville.
I think that one was that the Dark Tower one didn't do good either. But
That's
that was
true.
like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
So, speaking of hounds, I'm going to segue into another subject here. Uh, have either y'all seen? Um,
Who let the dogs out?
no. Sherlock, the Benedict Cumberbatch version.
No,
no.
are there hounds in that show?
So the Benedict Cumberbatch version, which is to be found on Amazon, you pay for it though. Um, it's
We gotta stop shilling for these people. They're not paying us.
actually I think it's on Netflix too, but um,
Local subscribed channels.
yes, whatever it is. I first saw that show on PBS. It was a Masterpiece Theater or whatever it is. Sometimes they show on PBS once in a while, like some random movie, right?
Mm.
And I happened to be watching the first episode. That was the introduction to the series. And what it is basically it's a Sherlock in modern era. Uh, Bennett is he plays Sherlock, who then is the main character of the show, right? Then you have Martin Freeman, who is Mr. Or Dr. Watson, right?
Mm.
And they go through their merry misadventures. Well, not misadventures really. Occasional interaction with occasional terrorism, or some psycho murderer, or something. Every episode though is an hour and a half long, so you're basically watching a movie.
Yep.
It was done by BBC. It was great, and it really puts in the modern era because it has instead of reading letters or whatever, right? Text messages would appear on the screen as if when the person's reading them to show the person what was received and stuff
Mm.
like that. Uh, and it does the modern twist so goddamn well. I'm sorry, I said goddamn. I'm sorry. Anyways, so damn well.
There is no fucking cussing on this channel.
I know, right? We're a pure Christian channel. We can't be having any of
That's
that.
why we're doing it for the kids. If you're Fortnite, woo. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
So I apologize for my transgression, but nonetheless, though, I personally enjoyed the series very much. I watched it all the way through. Moriarty is very awesome because if you know the original Moriarty, he's a foil to Sherlock. Uh, but he has this little demeanor about him, like most villains can beat because they value something, right?
Mm.
He does not. So he is willing to toss his life, which he does at a certain point,
He's a nihilist.
I guess.
The
And
nihilist, Marty.
and
Come
then
on,
there's
son.
that's the thing. He just enjoys. He loves causing chaos. So Sherlock is a professional or consultant for the police, right? Or detective consultant, while Moriarty is a criminal consultant. So they do their own things, which then forwards their own goals. Sherlock's brother is a higher position in the British government, which does play a huge role. And there was something that was not, I don't think, was ever touched upon in the original series, which was he has a sister in this one, was introduced in the last episode, but was hinted at throughout the entire series.
Mm.
One of those build up things that need a slight hint of it, but nothing declared. Um, so if anything, I suggest you guys, if you ever get a chance, watch that show. It is just really enjoyable. It is somewhat bingeable, but it's one of those shows you have to pay attention all the way through
Uh.
because there's small details that pop up here and there that are not pointed out but will be relevant later in the episode.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I was trying to figure out. I was actively trying to figure out what was happening as the show progressed.
Mm-hmm.
And you get an idea near the end, depending on what the episode was. Hounds of Baskerville was pretty damn good. So if anything, I suggest you guys watch that at some point.
So that's your show recommendation of the week.
Yes.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that with the different streaming platforms that shall not be named and
There's so many now.
oh.
There's too
So
many.
we're gonna segue away from shows and movies, and let's talk about a certain video game that is out right now. Walking Simulator 2019, aka Death Stranding. So I know that I think we talked about it last time. And I know you've been playing it, Obs.
Yes.
So how far you progressed? What's been going on with that?
I so far have played about the first hour and 20 minutes. I did do that live stream this past Saturday, and um, it's been pretty good so far. I'm not gonna lie, like about 90% of it was cinematics,
Mm-hmm.
but
It's basically a movie.
Pretty much. But I mean, it's a really nice, well done movie. Still trying to figure out the game. I mean, I guess the story itself. Um, Basically, something happened, and there's
Mhm.
these weird entities that I guess maybe not necessarily another realm or dimension, but you can't really see them. But uh,
The BTS or whatever they are.
yes, the BTs and Norman Reedus. What's this the name?
I heard that if the BTS eat a person, that it actually causes a devastating explosion that covers like basically a city
Not necessarily
area.
eating a person, but when the person dies, there's a weird thing that I guess if a person dies, they have to be basically cremated at a designated area almost immediately, because if not, the body starts to apparently leak this black ooze, and yeah, it basically the body becomes a ticking time bomb, and if you don't dispose of it immediately properly, it'll yeah basically level a whole city area.
Wasn't it getting pretty silly as of late though, with like how people were trying to balance as much material on themselves so they can try to traverse across the wasteland essentially.
It
And
does. Yeah, because Norman Reedus's character is basically a courier, and
yes,
you're assigned to pick up different packages, and it does look a bit silly the way you keep adding these things on your back. It stacks um,
hmm like
width-wise, I
ridiculous
guess.
levels.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
and then the more you stack, there is a weight limit. I guess you can keep stacking more, but then it's hard to keep your balance. You have to kind of make sure you find different
big
ways to,
iron, big.
yeah, but
I thought courier, so I automatically thought New Vegas. Uh, so it sounds like it's very mimetic by the sound of it. Um,
I heard they had some cool online feature though, like where people are leaving stuff behind.
mhm. Well, that sounds reasonable,
I
but
haven't seen that just yet, but it seems weird because I guess there's some type of effect with the rain, and there was one scene where it was raining and they had to like run out to for cover, and at one point, Norman Reedus's hand, a drop hit it, and I guess something weird happened to that drop, but it seems like somehow if you let the rain touch your skin, it ages you basically. There's another scene
hmm,
where someone in the car accident got trapped under a car, but it was raining on him and he just aged within seconds to like grandpa status. So,
gotcha. And by the way, we saw in the trailers, that the guy who acts as I guess a soldier, and then has undead soldiers or skeletal structures that are resembling soldiers throughout that. Has that come in yet, or is that a later point in the story?
that has not come in yet. I know what you're referring to. Um, there's I came across a different person who was like the president's aide, and
Hmm.
he had a fancy mask on, but it was not regards to the I guess maybe like looks like this person that you're referring to looks like the villain of the game, but
Or at least a sub villain. Yeah.
yeah, but the game seems
Kojima has this weird thing of like obscuring the villain, main villain as much as he can until the latest part of the game or whatever.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'm liking the game so far. The controls are pretty easy. It's a little bit weird. I'm not sure if it's just my controller being funny or the control in the game. But like when the person's walking, I'll stop the controller from going any direction, but he still kind of walks like another step or two, which I have to be careful. Like make sure I don't like accidentally walk him off a cliff or anything like that. It's like gotta be
Hmm.
mindful of where I have him going, or where I have him pointed, I guess I should say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but apparently it's going to release on PC early next year. So I originally was under the impression it was only going to be a PlayStation exclusive, but at some point it will release for the PC.
So Kojima decided to be Capcom and release everything late, just like Monster Hunter. Speaking of Monster Hunter, we're what, like a month and a half away from the glory that is Iceborne.
Correct. Yeah, early January is
Yes,
when it's supposed to release on PC. It's already released on console, but PC is getting it late.
unfortunate, but nonetheless, looking forward to it.
Yes.
What else? What else is going on in the video game world as this week?
Uh, Blizzard trying to kind of gloss over their whole international fiasco, just kind of announced Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2.
Which, by the way, Diablo 4 does not sound entertaining at all. They already announced microtransactions for a game that isn't even developed.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that shit.
What's going on with
Honestly,
these two things? The thing that two things is kind of more weird. How have we seen all this? Like the Fortnite Chapter 2, Overwatch 2,
yeah, we're back with
something
that again.
called Team Fortress 2. I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
Team Fortress 2 2.
But honestly, I have not been interested in Diablo since Diablo 2. Diablo 3 was alright, but it's like it was pretty bland compared to the previous games. So it
Hmm.
didn't really keep my attention. But with all the microtransactions, like yeah, I already dropped Blizz for World of Warcraft and the whole HonCon deal, and now I'm just gonna say no to War. And I really wasn't even interested in. I didn't play overdraft Overwatch that much either. So I was like, well, no bid loss. This game doesn't do anything for me. Peace out. Is it like is Overwatch 2 supposed to be like just a straight up sequel to the original Overwatch with like features that should have been in the first Overwatch, but it wasn't. But they're passing off like new stuff that never before seen things and shit like that.
It's supposed to be like somehow tied into the first game while your stuff transfers over,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know because like I said, Fortnite did their Chapter 2 thing. I haven't played Fortnite forever, but like it's the same game. They're
Yeah,
just called Chapter 2 for some reason right
new
now.
DLC season and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they've done seasons before and it wasn't like chapters or anything. So I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to just like make sound fresh and new so people jump back in.
I
Probably.
think it was a troll between quote unquote shut down the original game.
I mean, yeah, they did that and all, but then they call it Chapter 2, which is like they could have just
Mm.
called it what a Fortnite
It's an excuse
normal
to charge
shit.
more money.
I
Hey,
guess
you
more
gotta keep it. You
skins,
gotta keep
more
attention.
exclusive pickaxes. Hey, like a comment.
Hey, you
Really
gotta keep
pushing that
attention to
shit.
those young kids though, and give them the impression it's a new game and bump up that all that revenue.
It really works.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I just want Doom Eternal.
that's the one you're
Doom
waiting
Turtle.
for.
Yeah, I think it's in March now, right?
What Doom Turtle?
Doom Eternal.
Oh, Doom Eternal. Sorry, I was seeing Doom Turtle like the T95 from well Life, but whatever. Anyways, so since we're on that subject, I'm gonna touch on that because I just brought it up. So the T95, I think it was the T95, was a experimental heavy tank that
Mhm.
was designed during World War II. No, sorry, it's a T28. My bad. Uh, which was a hilarious attempt to bring
Uh-oh.
And he's gone. Let's
excuse
be
me,
honest. It's all right.
but it was just dumb because it was like a super
What'd
and it was like 100 tons and it was stupid as fuck.
One of those mega weapons that.
Yeah, it had 8 tracks
you call it a Metal Gear?
or 4 tracks. It was the Metal Gear of its time. It was designed as a heavy assault gun, so it was just designed to punch through and penetrate the line. And only two were made, and one is still around in Virginia. It's
That's your fun fact for
28.
today?
Yeah, T28 super heavy met tank, which was America's true attempt at a heavy tank that was okay, but it was like nah, not needed.
We really need to get mechs. We need mechs in the battlefield.
It's
Yes.
not going to happen with the World War II battle. Wait, the modern battlefield?
Yeah, man, mechs.
So there was actually a subject about that.
Iron Man's?
It was determined that under current technology, that mechs would be heavily impractical. The problem is that the I mean, there's people attempting to build mechs as is, right? Have you heard that one competition between Japan and America
Yeah.
where they're trying to build mechs? They built them, but it was like very basic mechs that were designed to use like golf balls or softballs to shoot at each other.
Yeah, those soft
Oh.
pellets.
Yeah. The problem is that the with the mech units right now is that they're very susceptible to RPG fire because usually RPGs are penetrative in their attacks, right? Designed to punch through armor.
Yes, yes,
And
of course. I know this.
yeah, currently mech suits just won't won't hold up. The traditional Gundam mechs that you're thinking about.
We have not received the arm from Terminator yet from the future. So once we get the arm, and then we get Skynet going,
Then we're in.
yeah,
We
I
need
would say though,
Skynet for
I
mechs.
would say though that spider tanks would hold up better. Uh,
Huh.
yeah, you ever seen
Spider tanks.
No, like, hold on. You ever seen Ghost in the Shell?
yeah.
Okay,
Oh wait,
in the
I thought you're gonna talk about the spider tank in the Will Smith cowboy movie. Was it the Wild Wild
well,
West?
that monstrosity was totally fictional, but spider tanks are much more lower to the ground and have more legs, so they're able to distribute the weight better than your Gundam mechs. And as such, I think they have more viability than a mech, traditional humanoid mech can. Because if you can distribute the weight around better, the height of the vehicle also decreases, so it's not susceptible to attacks because it's how high it was. And I see that as the way of the future for the time being.
Nah, it's not.
Nanomachines.
There's also that too.
Nah, it's all drones now. It's all just a push of a button, and it's just gonna drop a bomb from somewhere far away.
It's true.
There's no.
That's actually true. Yeah.
It's. I mean, it'll be the idea of mechs and robotic tanks and all that, but right now it's drones
I just want
until.
Mechagodzilla. I just want Mechagodzilla. That's it.
Well, well, I
I
mean,
don't care how we get it.
as awesome as that is, right? It would be cool, but the main problem is the power source. Because
Listen, we have nuclear bombs we can use.
yes, we do.
Obviously,
Yes,
you would die.
but
Pacific Rim solved these situations for us.
and Gundam did too, and mechs would occasionally detonate because of said reactors. But we're not gonna talk about
It's worth it.
that.
Mechagodzilla is worth it.
So for that matter, what is your favorite mech series or show for video games?
Mine's Pacific Rim for movie wise.
Hardcore.
I'm gonna have to go
Uh,
with Pacific Rim as well.
yeah.
The first one, the second one I tried to get, I watched it, it was trash, but
There's a second one.
Yes.
I've bleached it from my mind.
Uh,
He fucked that brain.
yeah.
he did,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he did. It's yeah. We don't talk about that here.
Uh, the
We don't talk about that around here.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
but the first one was the best one. It was really good visually. The story, I don't know. You can't go wrong with the first one. But that's my choice.
You know, first one's great.
Yes.
I tried watching Neon Genesis, but it was not. It was not of my time.
I need to rewatch that as well. I believe it's on a streaming platform that
It is
I
on
have
the
to check out
streaming
again.
platform.
I just watched the most stupid fucking gender reveal.
What?
So gender reveals is the craze as of late.
I
People
feel
try
like
to.
they've been a craze for a while now.
Yeah, and it this I there's the other day there was a plane crash because it dumped out water that was color coded, but somehow the plane crashed in the process.
Is that the one you saw?
No, the one I saw is there's this chick. It's on Facebook, so whatever. This chick who is bottomless, who just whatever is posed in a certain way, right? And she farts out blue
Do
powder.
we have a demographic? I don't even know who we're pandering to.
I don't
Maybe.
know, but this is just ridiculous as
Michael
fuck.
Coffee, give us a review.
Please do.
Is this what you want?
Tell
Fortnite
me,
codes and people farting out colors?
are you entertained? Are you not entertained?
You asked for three people. I feel like it got worse.
uh, but that gender reveals in general are just fucking stupid as hell.
It's a gimmick. Gimmicks are fun. Everyone loves a gimmick.
Yeah,
Ask Mankind, or Cactus Jack, or Dude Love, or Mick Foley. These are all the same man.
by the way, Mick Foley is the greatest wrestler of all time.
Mick Foley is God. Foley is God.
Mr. Sacco.
But I was never a fan of wrestling, right?
Wrestling
Wrestling,
or Greco-Roman wrestling. Those are two
uh,
very different things.
wrestling.
Okay.
And I remember growing up, and like everybody was like, Lucha TVs during Monday Night Raw, or whatever the WCW version was.
Nitro.
Yeah, Nitro. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, they're fake, right? Like, yeah, we know they're fake, but which is the point? It's drama,
It's
unfolding.
fucking theater.
Yeah, it's a soap
So,
opera. One big huge fucking soap opera. So I remember watching it growing up, and I was like, this is all annoying. But I remember like the only wrestler I enjoyed because he was just doing this stupid fucking you know antics was Mick Foley or
you didn't
Cactus Jack.
enjoy Undertaker, the
No,
dead
not
man.
really. I did
Really?
not. No, but Mick Foley just was awesome. In
Man,
his
Foley is
bullshit that
pretty
he was
awesome.
pulling. Yeah. Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Me?
Yeah,
We don't talk about his name anymore.
which is
We don't talk about censored, redacted,
Blacklisted or erased.
blacklisted. Chris
awesome.
Benoit
Mm.
was my favorite wrestler, and then he murdered his family in a double homicide suicide.
Ugh.
Yeah, so we don't talk about him.
He
So
was
Eddie Guerrero is my favorite wrestler.
How about you, Obs?
uh my favorite wrestler was, I would say, the Undertaker for a while. It was him growing up the dead man. I liked his whole persona, just
Mm.
the badass. Not his biker badass persona, but the original Undertaker persona. And then ECW came around, and I think Tommy Dreamer became my favorite wrestler after that.
Who?
Tommy Dreamer,
Tommy Dreamer,
the
Mm.
innovator of violence.
innovator of silence.
Who was
I
that
said
guy?
that somewhere. I can't remember.
Who was that guy we talked about last episode who did the whole sand thing? Was that Tommy?
That's Kenny Omega.
Ken Omega. I don't
Yeah.
know,
He's
man. I
like
don't watch ECW
20 years
whatsoever.
younger than him. No,
Yeah.
that's Kenny. That's AEW. That's the new stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that tells you how
yeah.
into the.
ECW was 90s hardcore.
Yes.
Gotcha. How about JCW?
Juggalo?
Yeah.
I've
Jesus
never
Christ
watched
Wrestling?
Juggalo wrestling. No, the Juggalo Championship Wrestling. My favorites like Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Juggalos too. We're trying to get anybody to listen, people. Whoop whoop, as
Whoop,
they say.
whoop,
Fago
whoop.
showers.
Yeah. I was a
Are
bit.
you down with the clown?
I am down with.
We're finding out a lot of stuff today.
Honestly.
Release the hounds.
Cue the dogs.
Cute dogs.
But
Ooh.
oh, so yeah, I don't know, but that was my wrestling back in the day, and there was another streaming platform that has some of the other wrestling stuff, the older stuff pretty cool. That
For only $9.99. Listen, if you watch wrestling, they beat it into you.
Yeah. This is an episode I really wish asked around because he'll probably go on a rant, I guess, about wrestling. Like who was the best wrestler, then complain about the new age, like that.
I mean, you
He'll,
just
he'll,
mentioned rant, so then he would just talk about how he doesn't rant.
yeah, he's done that multiple times. Like he say you don't rant, and then he just goes on a rant. It's like, dude, you just totally defeated the purpose of that.
yeah.
You know what? Speaking of wrestling, apparently today is the 14-year anniversary of losing Eddie Guerrero.
Really?
So,
Oh man.
yeah, I
Wait,
just
he
saw
died?
that right now. Yeah, he died in 2005, 14 years ago.
Oh, that's
So, Viva la raza.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's sad.
Had to lie,
I miss
cheat, and
Eddie.
steal.
I know, he got clean, and then he died of a heart attack. Such a shame.
What
Yeah.
is it with wrestlers dying at a
I
somewhat
did a
young
lot of
age?
drugs, man. Takes a lot of drugs to do that.
A lot of
Uh,
drugs, working
Steroids.
pretty much 300 days out of the year,
Yeah,
and
it
then
took a lot out of him.
What a shame. I
yeah.
mean,
Indeed.
you're pumping yourself full of steroids and all
They're
sorts of
better
shit.
about it now.
It seems like it.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better, which is good.
Yeah, after some of
Hopefully,
these wrestlers started dying off, it's like, oh, I think we have to do
yeah.
something about this. And
After the double murder suicide, they're like, you know what? Maybe no diving headbucks. Maybe,
yeah,
possibly. But yeah, wrestling's still great. Doesn't matter. The blemishes.
especially when you go to wrestling. When you go to live wrestling, that makes it that much more fun. I went to some wrestling events when I was in Florida, and there was these little rinky-dink bar venues, but it was so much fun, and I was trying to do like the cheers that you do that you see on TV, and it was just like me and like two other people, and it was still fun. But when you see it in person, it's pretty cool, and it's an experience to check out
Bingo hall
definitely.
wrestling is the best kind of wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, Fozzie's supposed to be in town here, I think this Friday.
I saw something you having some like wrestling concert thing.
Yeah.
Fozzy, for anyone who doesn't know, is Chris Jericho's band for Jerichoholics of all ages.
Yes. So that's going on here. I don't think I'll be able to make it to
I
that.
wonder if he'll have the belt because he is the current AEW champion.
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
He's gonna have a meet and greet, so you can.
Is he?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. I know they're coming to Corpus and some or else in Texas, but not stopping by San Antonio,
Yeah.
which is a shame. I would
The
like to go see it.
Sergeant Slaughter is gonna be in town here, I think next month.
Really?
He's gonna do like some type of autograph meet and greet. Sergeant Slaughter was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day, and it was he was a wrestler back in the 80s, and he's still part of WWE, and then he had a pretty big role in G.I. Joe the cartoon series back in the 80s.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
that's cool. You gonna try to do that?
maybe depending on my work schedule and all that, I'm gonna see if I can try and make it out there.
That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Suppose
we're
so.
wrestling marks here. I'll let you know that.
Uh,
Anything else we got going on this week? Any events or anything else?
I'm trying to think of any other informative news. We talked about the Sonic thing.
Mm.
yes.
Talked about Doctor Sleep.
You
It's
know,
kind of near the end of the year, so everything's kind of like slowing down for the big rush of buying things.
well, yeah, there's usually what the winter sale with at the December or no, the fall sale, which is usually at the end of November,
Yes.
which I'm probably not gonna have money for, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's kind of sort of all I got in my mind. I can't really think of much else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any other movies coming out, right?
Movies, games, it's gonna be a while. I'm not sure what other movies are gonna be coming out, but yeah, I do have Death Stranding. I still have that and like 50 million other games that I need to put in my rotation so that way I can complete and show more on the channel. In regards to PlayStation this month, looks like
Oh,
the two free games this month are Outlast 2 as well as I'm gonna butcher this name off. It's like Noah Nioh
eh,
Neo?
maybe,
I
but
just
I can't.
remembered. Jedi Fallen Order is this Friday.
Oh
oh
yeah, that's
yeah,
coming out Friday.
Yeah.
Along with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Kids, Fortnite. Don't forget the code. Like, comment, subscribe. Pushing it.
Age of Empires Definitive Edition, which is weird. You know, they're busting out the Definitive Edition of Age of Empires 2, but we see no Age of Empires 4. I'm a little pissed about that. Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC
oh
Hmm.
nice.
on the 19th, which is a bit excitable. Um, and a bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's on the Switch.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Destiny 2 DLC, blah, nobody cares.
Ew.
Yeah. Terminator Resistance, nobody cares. Mm, Jumanji, the video game. I guess that's based on the uh,
New
new
movie.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that
It's
first Jumanji. It wasn't as horrible as I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't great, but
I like the new one, not the new one, but the original one of the new.
Yeah, the first one that came out, The Rock, right, and Jack
Yeah,
Black.
I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was actually pretty decent. Like I said, it wasn't amazing, but it was like, this isn't as horrible as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we
that's a
all
nice thing
remember.
nowadays.
Yeah, we all remember nostalgia goggles the original movie, which well, actually wasn't bad in its entirety. You know, there was a little
Maybe
bit
it's
of
on Disney Plus. I really don't know. Is that Disney owned?
It's a matter of
maybe,
time.
It probably is. Everything.
but I remember that movie, and it had a few goofy scenes that things weren't made quite clear until after the fact. You know how some directors are kind of real shitty about how they do certain scenes. They don't pan out correctly, or an
Hmm.
Hmm.
important detail was quickly bypassed. You know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's all that. what else is coming out? Star Ocean.
Star Ocean. I have
What the
no
fuck?
idea what that is,
That's
and
an
it doesn't
old
sound
game. I
intriguing.
think that that was a game from like maybe PS1 days. So it's
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's an old fucking game series. That's what that is.
yeah.
And there's a new Call of Duty out, and I played a little bit of it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't shot stuff in a while. I kind of want to play it.
My friends have it, and it's supposedly much more realistic.
I don't know. I think the last Call of Duty I played was like Black Ops 2.
I can only
Yeah.
imagine it's gonna be chock full of microtransactions.
They're trying to avoid it, but you know, that did a crash too. So
It's
eventually,
Activision.
yeah,
It's
after a while, after everyone's calmed down, like stop reviewing it, they'll shove
Are
them in there.
they are still making Darksiders? What the fuck?
I
Darksiders
guess,
Genesis.
man,
That's an old.
I
I
always
don't
get
know.
Darksiders and Darkstalkers confused.
Yeah. So about the Stadia, how are we
I
feeling about
forget
that?
that's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a yeah, man. I forgot about that whole thing.
I noticed a decent amount of releases here has are for the Stadia.
Is it up already?
I
I
think
think right now it's
so.
for
It
the
is.
alpha or the beta. I don't think it's quite actually released just yet. I think they're still trying to take a bunch of pre-orders so that way they can get your money. But
Ugh.
Mortal Kombat 11 is for right now. Assassin's Creed
On the
Odyssey.
Division
Stadia,
2, um,
Yeah.
I think the Stadia is gonna die a very silent death, like a
it's
lot of Google's things. Remember Google Glass?
yeah,
Well, the thing
That
about Google is
you and three other people.
they push concepts which then other companies adopt in the end, anyways.
I mean, it's cool. It's good that they're innovating, but I really don't think Stadia is gonna stick around.
it's they're jumping on the bandwagon similar to not necessarily the battle royal, but once that got popular, everyone jumped on it. But right now, the subscription service is for anything,
Yeah,
whether it's movies, games, whatever. That's the cash cow right now. Is how can we hook people in with repeat business, not just a one-time. Here's the money for a one-time game. It's like no,
yeah.
we need to hook you.
Games as a service kind of shit.
Yes, a live
Everything's
services.
subscription based. Everyone's service based
I
now.
like the concept that as long as whatever device has Chrome, this should work. But then it all depends on your internet connection. There's a lot of variables. I'm not
Yeah, it
sure.
depends on a lot of different things, honestly.
Yeah,
And how good the game's gonna run too.
yeah, I like how they're going for convenience, portability, and all that. But um, I don't know. I'm not gonna jump on that bandwagon. I'm still gonna stick to what I currently have with my PC, PS4. I have the other stuffs, but those are my two main ones, and still gonna
Yeah.
get my physical copies. And I,
I'm just trying to get a Switch here. I just want Animal Crossing when it comes out.
I wish I could get a Switch, but I just really can't afford it. It's bumming me out.
I just want that Switch. I want Animal Crossing because it's probably a better life than I want to live right now.
Well, I'm looking forward to the new Breath of the Wild game.
Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, doesn't it come out like a year or two from now? They haven't even said anything about
Yeah, it's been very
that.
quiet. They also been very fucking quiet about Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, but I
Which,
mean, next year they'll probably announce a teaser and to come out 2021, 2022. It's
but
Nintendo. They got stuff in the back pocket they'll drop on you.
oh yeah, kudos to Nintendo because they're the ones that postponed the release of Animal Crossing because they didn't want
Yeah,
to put overwork their employees.
yeah, which is really good. Animal Crossing's a wonderful game for people
Yeah,
who dig it. Which is
and
weird because there's other games like Harvest Moon and like I don't know, just games that are the same thing and just don't scratch that itch for me.
mhm.
But there's some other Switch games I wanted. Oh, Smash Brothers Ultimate. They just put Terry Bogard in the game.
Mhm.
If you remember Fatal Fury or King of Fighters, I'm not
which
sure if
also
you
is
guys
now
were
on Smash now because Terry was introduced in the game.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's what am I not talking? The Hounds.
No,
Anyways,
I saw that little reveal by Daddy Sakurai. You
yeah,
know,
he did like a 45-minute intro. Like, hey kids, this are fighting games.
by the way, kids, just so you know, little good boys and girls did characters add to the game, but we're not adding my.
Ah, it's a shame.
That's because we're good little boys and girls. We don't need to be corrupted by her
Look,
influence.
Smash needs titties.
We have plenty of.
Hashtag hashtag put titties in Smash. Titties for Smash. All right, leave a comment. Hashtag titties for Smash. You might get a Fortnite pickaxe code. Who knows?
Hey,
On that
Mr.
note,
Coffee.
I think we're on the final end of this segment of Shoot the Shit Saturday.
It's
Yeah.
been a wild ride, folks. We
Yes,
talked about wrestlers, codes. There's
movies.
some fart stuff going on in there too. I don't really remember that one. There's a baby Yoda. I said it. I don't care.
But on that
Ain't
note,
no baby.
There you go, baby. That baby is like 50-year old. That's no baby.
it's a
You'll
Benjamin
find
Button.
out later. Anyway,
Any
let's wrap
last
this
thoughts?
thing up.
Yes. Any last thoughts from either of you two?
Um, keep going with Walking Simulator, and I did say that I am actually working on a new video, uh, which is basically a tighter compilation from War Thunder.
Nice.
So try to make it entertaining, and we'll see what happens with that.
Cool. Yes, I'll
I will.
keep playing more Death Stranding and put that on for the channel.
I tried to see if I could stream off my potato. It did not work well, so I will
I
not be
know
doing
I had the
anything.
channel up and everything, but that S wouldn't notice, and
Yeah, I was gonna try and just do anything like a. It was an early Saturday, I believe, so I was gonna do morning wood jousting.
yeah, I was
But
there too. I was like, I'll set up for you right now, buddy.
yeah, but I couldn't get the. It seemed really choppy, and I think the people deserve HD genitalia.
With the utmost detail. By the way, did you know that YouTube genitalia videos are not banned on YouTube, but uh, the game has algorithms in place where YouTube will not bring up the game in results as much.
Huh. See, they're trying to censor us. Hashtag genitals. Genitals. What's the game of this show? I'm having a stroke. Mr. Burns ain't doing well.
I think it's time to.
Smithers.
Yes.
So you're saying I'm indestructible? No, the slightest breeze. Indestructible. Anyway, hashtag genitals for YouTube and
All
hashtag
right.
tits and smash.
And by the
Fortnite
way,
codes.
report night codes. Yeah, remember to keep up on that. Comment, subscribe, and we'll see who wins it next week.
If you're a new subscriber, we'll tell and leave a comment, and that'll double your chances, honestly.
That's
Yes.
right. I think we're gonna go ahead and close it up here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Ream Leader, and here we have Obsolete 2003,
Yo.
and we have Mr. Burns here, Mr. Incredible
Excellent.
himself. And I think we're all going to wish you a great Saturday, and I hope you enjoy the show. As I said, like, subscribe, comment on our videos, and catch you in the future.
Yes. Have a good one. Settle down.
Bye.